elect him MP. Okay? Thank you all for being here. Thank you for this fantastic turnout we've got. This is the 89th campaign rally that I've done in the last 7 weeks. And this morning we started on the streets of central Glasgow with a rally there. We started giving that message out that tomorrow is a day of choice. A choice, either we have another 5 years of austerity, another 5 years of public spending cuts, another 5 years of frozen wages, another 5 years of underfunded hospitals, another 5 years of a funding crisis in our schools, another 5 years of underinvestment in our industry and infrastructure. And at the same time, a Prime Minister saying everything's okay, it's all about being strong and stable. What we are offering is something very, very different to our society. Nobody can say the general election of 2017 wasn't a choice. It's a very, very clear choice. You've seen and you know what a Tory government with Lib Dem support for the first 5 years has actually done in this country. 6 million people earning less than the living wage. 1 million on 0 hours contract. Thousands of homeless people sleeping on the streets of our towns and cities and hanging around our stations. A funding crisis in our NHS, which leaves bed blocking there because those who need social care don't get it. Leaves many waiting excessively to get A&E treatment and leaves many NHS staff deeply stressed. And at the same time, a government that always looks for somebody else to blame. And when challenged about the effects of their spending cuts, always say things like, "You're crying wolf." When the Police Federation said to them 2 years ago, "You're crying wolf," what Theresa May said to them when they said the police cuts were dangerous to our safety and security. 20,000 police officers have lost their jobs. It's all very well praising the emergency services when a crisis happens. They all turn out and they all do their best, as any decent human being would. But if they've got a government that is not supporting them, it's more and more dangerous for all of us. And so, I say to you, the alternative tomorrow is very, very stark. Do we invest for the future? Do we invest for our children? Do we give hope to the people of this country? Do we offer that sense of community and community solutions? Look at the lifestyle and life cycle of people. Children growing up all deserve the same decent chance in life. But they don't get it. And so we believe it's very important that the very youngest children get the best opportunities. So we will introduce free childcare places for all 2 to 4 year olds in a community setting where they can grow up and learn together. And we will probably fund our primary schools so that head teachers don't go through the stress and indignity, and it is a stress and it is an indignity, of deciding which teachers to get rid of, which teaching assistants to get rid of. Again, it's all very well praising our teachers, but you can't put people through that level of stress when a government will not put the resources necessary for our children. We recognise that hungry children don't learn. Hungry children can't concentrate. Hungry children fall asleep in the classroom. And so, it is a question about the school meals. The Tories want to end the limited free school meals there are and introduce breakfast at apparently 7 pence per breakfast. I'm not quite sure what you get for 7 pence. Possibly one slice of toast, I don't know. I mean, it's just so insulting. We will do something very different and very radical. Every child in every primary school, every day, will get a lunch. Because if we don't invest in our children at the very start of their school years and before, then they don't achieve. They don't achieve then when they get to secondary, they're not likely to get to college and very unlikely to get to university. We seem to have devalued education in this society. I value it, not just for the individual who obviously want to achieve the very best for themselves, but a young person who becomes a doctor, becomes an engineer, becomes a teacher, becomes a nurse, becomes anything they want to be. They benefit, and we all benefit because we have a better educated society. Education is also about encouraging young people in their creativity and their imagination. That's something young people do. They do with such joy, with such energy. And so, I don't want us to restrict those ambitions and energy of young people. So, we're going to have a pupil arts premium so that every child in school will get to learn a musical instrument while they're in school. This is part of the approach to education. And then, we seem not to understand the importance of college education and university education. So, we've decided that we will end fees for colleges and end fees for no support at all while they're at university, then what happens? The number of youngsters from poorer, working class families don't go to universities, we lose out, they lose out. It seems to me something is utterly wrong. All young people should get the same chance and the same opportunity, irrespective of and we are very, very determined to achieve that. In health, I've talked a lot about health in this election campaign, and the way our National Health Service is being treated is frankly disgraceful. It is the proudest achievement of the Labour Party that we have a National Health Service but if we don't fund it properly, there are problems, very serious problems down the road. And so, we will suspend the sustainability and transformation plans immediately and look again at the whole organisation of healthcare across the country. And we'll look again at the whole issue of social care. It's all very well Tory ministers and a Tory government doing deals with Surrey County Council because the Chancellor of the Exchequer represents a Surrey constituency. Well, if Surrey is the hardest word for a Tory, probably is, I say fairness across the whole country is the most important word that I will say in this campaign. So, we will fund the social care system with new money straight away to deal with the crisis. And I think, and I'm sure you'd agree with me, if somebody goes through the horror, the trauma, the fear of suffering from cancer, you're treated in our NHS absolutely correctly and rightly, as you should be. If you have somebody in your family who's suffering from dementia, that is seen as a social care issue largely, and they would end up either in a care facility or being cared for at home, and that will cost them, and it will cost the family, because often it's mainly women give up their jobs and careers in order to care for somebody. I want to establish a national care service working alongside the NHS to deal with this issue and give support to those who need It's also about our economic offer and how we deal with this and how we grow our economy. Before I say that, I'll just say one other thing. I'm a London MP and I'm proud to represent a London constituency. And it breaks my heart, the housing crisis that's here in London. Money being put in to develop speculatively built luxury flats in some parts of London that are then kept empty as land banking against house price inflation in the future. local authorities underfunded and restricted from building the council housing that we desperately need. A private rented sector that is largely unregulated, very expensive, and the tenants have very few rights, even against things like retaliatory eviction or wanting to get their flats properly looked after. And so, a Labour government will invest in our council housing for the future, will provide regulations for the private rented sector, and will build genuinely affordable new starter homes for those who wish to buy. Because London cannot go on a place where it is unaffordable for so many people who have been born and brought up here and growing here. I want to see a London for all of us, with enough So the Labour offer is all of those things, and an economy that works for all, by negotiating tariff-free trade access to the European market and protecting the rights and conditions we gain from membership of the European Union, and guaranteeing the rights of residence to every European national living in Britain, so they remain of the country, because we cannot go on being the country that doesn't invest, and our people are low paid and our people are not working to the best of their ability as a result. So, in this election tomorrow, there is a very, very clear choice. The choice: 5 more years for Tory government, 5 more years for injustice, 5 more years of an uncaring approach to those that are most vulnerable in our society. All of us here, decent, caring people, we wouldn't walk by on the other side while people are suffering. We reach out, we help support them. Can't we have a government that stops walking by on the other side? And this election campaign ends in a few hours' time. It ends after 7 weeks of intensive debate, travelling, and lots of meetings. Well, there hasn't been any intensive debate, actually, because I've been to all of them. We've got a programme we're happy and proud of. And we didn't have to rewrite it 2 days after it came out. So tomorrow there is a choice. There's a choice there. The start of this election campaign 7 weeks ago, lots and lots of very erudite, very expert, incredibly well informed political commentators decided the result of the election. They decided the people had already decided, but it really wasn't very necessary to have the election at all. Well, I have to say, they may just have made a very big mistake. Activity has grown day by day, and support has grown day by day. Because we're offering something different. We're offering to the people. No longer will you pay for the banking crisis of 2008. We will raise corporate and taxation at the top end. 95% will pay no more in tax. But we will also work for that society where people don't just do things for themselves, you do it together as a community. Is this, for the many, not the few, is encapsulated in this document. But it's also about what we do after the election, to bring about that stronger, better, more cohesive society, where we support our local authorities, our health service and our public services, and value our public sector workers, where we support and invest in our small businesses, that they not be trodden down and forgotten by very big businesses, where we develop that creative society and creative economy, which is about art, is about culture, is about housing, is about investment. You know what the other side offer, you know what we offer. And if you look at this wonderful crowd of you here tonight in Harrow, look around, it's not look at each other. Who are we? We're black, we're white, we're gay, we're straight, we're young, we're old. From people that I love dearly and have been on the road with me for 7 weeks. Poor people. Give them a clap. Give them a clap for this wonderful here. Because this campaign is about teamwork and is about people. So when you knock on those doors tomorrow to remind people to vote, be ever so polite. All day long, until it gets to 9:30 at night. If we still haven't voted by 9:30 at night, I'll give you full permission to say, please now get down to the polling station and vote. And if you will forgive me, I've got to go to my own constituency now for the 90th rally of this campaign.